I wanted to do this ballet since ever, pretty much. Giselle is, without a doubt, the pinnacle of the Romantic era. It's a ballet that actually got inspired of many other ballets. My relation with Giselle started when I was very little. I think the first time I saw it I was around 10 or 11. A couple from Opéra de Paris came to Buenos Aires and did it. Guylaine Tesmar and Jean-Pierre Franchetti. And I remember how much impressed me, how impact was with the story. Then something kind of interesting happened with me and this ballet, that I did all the male roles possible, from court all the way to principal dancer. Last time I did it was in the year 2000 in South Beach, Florida, with a group of guest artists from New York City Ballet. I have the opportunity to perform Hilarion. This project of Giselle, I have it way before I even knew I'm going to be the artistic director of any company, because it's such a fantastic story that I knew I want to do it. Then when I have the opportunity to work with Ivan Nagy in Chile, I saw him how he said it. And I actually copy a lot the system he used to set the ballet. And one of the main goals was for the audience to, when they come into the theater and they sit down, they don't get intimidated about they need to know about ballet, because they will understand absolutely everything just looking at the dancers. Everything is going to be so clear. Sometimes people that is not used to ballet think that the entire is a concept of the dancer cannot talk on the stage. I mean, when I say talk, cannot use their voice, they're not going to understand absolutely anything about their dance, their story. And it's not like that at all. Bodies actually communicate much better than voice. When you use your language, you are limited. When you use movement, it's completely limitless, because the body is what expresses everything. So the good thing about Giselle is a great material to work with. I will be hours working with Giselle or Albrecht or any of the characters, and we realize how much possibilities we had in a little scene, and how it's difficult sometimes actually contain the project, because you can say so much. I mean, Madeline is going to come into me, or when Anita was working, and will tell me, look, but I felt in this way, and then we're going to have a huge debate about, did Giselle would react that way? According with not only Giselle for her age or her physical condition and her emotional state, also traditionally, and a girl at that time, what we'll do. My mission is kind of administrate, guide and coach what the dancer actually do. It is no I am giving to the dancer a pose, a face, a gesture. No. I pass the choreography as a tool or device so they can express themselves. But they have to come in from them. And that is the good thing about Carolina Ballet Theatre. Everybody understands that. They know they got to bring a lot of themselves in order to the ballet can work. I took some liberties, like in the narrative. I just, as I say before, I I wanted the pantomime was much more incorporated to the dancing. For instance, I didn't want any bows during the ballet. I didn't want the flow of the story stop because somebody go and need to bow to an applause. I want to incorporate those applause, but the bowing was internally. So for instance, during the Pes and Pas, the couple, instead to bow to the audience, they bow to the Duke. And that is the way to say thank to the audience when it was applause. But I didn't want to stop and cut and completely interrupt the flow of the story. Also, I did a flashback in the beginning. That is something personal. I always felt like the entire story has to do a lot about Albrecht and his guilt for what he did to Giselle. So I want to give a statement that in the beginning, the ballet started as the same way the ballet finished, and he's by the Giselle grave, and he's being picked up by Wilfred, and he started to tell his dream, or not. That is up to the audience if you want to be a dream of Albrecht. And then, for instance, one more time I use a little bit multimedia, that subtitles projecting, just to give that feeling of cinematography that I like a lot. Then something that is not originally mine, I already saw it when I was in Chile, that the wheelies are not in white, because years and years of dancing at night, I felt like the dresses can get a little bit decayed, and little details that maybe the hair is not perfect, as won't be if for hundreds of years you cannot rest in peace and dancing every night.
We're back at 8:13. A classical ballerina's career ends with a devastating injury, just as Anita Justo was preparing for her final performance. That show, Giselle, at the Peace Center, will go on for one night only.
Doing Giselle with Anita was something that I always wanted to do, because one of the things I think people realize, I really believe that Anita is a unique kind of dancer. Anita is, she's an explorer. This is the kind of dancer she is. She is a person that constantly is exploring any character she does. So for the rest of us that are watching her every day, you are always watching something different, because she's always exploring something different. I believe Anita and I were lucky. So this problem with her Achilles was just a little setback, something that sometimes happens. And happened at the end of Anita's career, which is that much better than it happened when it's 20, and then create many opportunities, this accident. Create the opportunities not only for Madeleine to do Giselle, but for me to see what kind of company I have and with who or what kind of people I work. And that was a beautiful, beautiful discovery. Not only from the part of the dancers, but also my board, my volunteers, and the dance community in Greenville that jumped, and the first thing they did is ask me what I can do for you, and that was really nice. While we were preparing this ballet, I was creating another show for Fontaine with a completely brand new choreography. And while Anita was out because of the injury, and we were having all these educationals that we got to prepare, and Francesca had to travel to New York to see her family, and my dancers were, two of my male dancers were guesting in another company. We managed to put this fantastic production together. I am really thankful of all my staff. I am really thankful of all my dancers, all the volunteers, the board. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video of Giselle, that I tried to capture as much as we could the actual feeling on the stage. Appreciate you came to see the show, and appreciate you bought this DVD. Thank you for support my company. Thank you so much.